So what I wanted to react to is that, and this gives credence to one of the thoughts I'm talking about, right? We hear this before, women talk about inequality, which is ridiculous in today's day and age. There's no talk about 60, 70, 80 years ago. No. Today, women are just as equal, if not more, better off than men, right? And here's the talking point. The pay gap that feminists, right? Women love to spew about. The pay gap that these WNBA chicks want to talk about, how like the cap of their salary cap is about 200 grand, right? 250 grand. Well, women are the source of their own problems. Because, the WNBA sucks. No one cares about that. And here's the thing where we'll talk about that. Well, I'll probably show the clip more and just give a little bit of thoughts. So let's check it out.
That is not Team USA's mission right now. Team USA is trying to get a gold medal. They're trying to get a gold medal. I understand what y'all are saying. And Shannon, you want to mention, I'm not going back to 1996. That is so long ago. I was 3 years old. I'm not going back to that year. That's too far away. If you go back to 2016, Breanna Stewart being a rookie on that Olympic team, the coach was Gino Auriemma. There was an anchor there for Breanna Stewart to in that situation. Like, it's a completely different scenario than 2016 with Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart won 4 championships. We're talking basketball. I understand the marketing aspect, but from a basketball perspective, there's no merit for having her on the team. From a basketball perspective.
Andrea, 2 points, and then I'll hand it to Shannon real quick. 2 points, Shannon. Hold on a second. Number one, Andrea, your point would be more valid if you didn't have a multitude of examples that we could point to where non-basketball decisions were made about a basketball roster. We have evidence that shows that has happened in the past, number one. And number two, because I absolutely adore seeing you on television. I really, really do. So allow me to give you some words of advice. Andrea, I strongly suggest you rethink such positions, especially when it comes to you, because marketing matters. It's how you get paid. If you don't know that, you better hear me and hear me good. I am telling you right now, you are going to be underpaid for the rest of what I believe will be an illustrious career, unless you get your mind right about that marketing. It matters. It matters. Janae, you know I'm right.
I hear you.
You know I'm right.
I hear you, Stephen A., but I will not sacrifice my basketball knowledge and my integrity in terms of the game for marketing.
She might as well here's the thing, right? Stephen A. Smith said marketing matters. Essentially, making money matters. Right? However you can, make money matters. Making money matters. She just said her morality, right? Whatever she believes in is more important than making money. And yet, I don't know if you got, I've seen it. I mean, again, I don't care a whole lot about the WNBA thing, right? But what I do care about is women speaking their hypocrisy and delusions. So many WNBA players talk about how the NBA players are getting paid so much compared to them. They're barely getting paid at all. Okay. And then you spew this shit. I don't care about making money over my moralities. Okay, great. But you can't have two. You can't have them both, right? Again, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You cannot demand higher pay, but yet fit whatever morality you want. And it goes back to what I constantly say about women in the dating market. And this is, you know what? Women in life in general, they want perfection. However they want it, that's what they want. It has to be perfect. So it has to be how they want it, right? In this sense, like her, whatever she thinks the game of basketball is in her view. and make money in that sense. But that's not how it works. If the people are paying for it, don't care, don't want it, then they won't pay for it. And if they don't pay for it, you ain't making money. So really, at the end of the day, you can be whatever you want to be, and yet if it doesn't produce money, it's useless. And this is the thing. And this is why I say women are killing themselves. Women are their own problems. Because how can you say that I want to get paid more, but it cannot be at the cost of my morality or at the cost of what I believe in? Then how do you want to get paid? You want to go to these people and just steal money from them? Because if you're not catering to your fan base, to the audience, right? To people that would pay for shit, there's no other way you get money. And this is the thing where, honestly, women got spoiled. I don't know a whole lot, but I know at least that the NBA is subsidizing, right? Subsidizing the WNBA. Practically, the NBA is paying the salaries of the WNBA because they barely make any money. So without men, right? Without men, they're not making any money. They're not getting paid at all. So this is the delusion of women, because this is the problem. Men contribute to women's delusions. We allow it, and then we wonder why they're so deluded. What I would do is stop talking the shit. You don't want Caitlin Clark to be in to be in the games, to be in the WNBA. Great. Let's kick her out. Let's keep it how you want it, right? How these lesbian women want it. Let's keep it like that then. You want it the way it is? Let's keep it like that. This is the problem that I'm having. And you know what? I'm holding men accountable. Or at least these men that's doing this shit. We, right, or these men are fueling these women's delusion. We should not care. This is men that are trying to support women, right? Men that are wanting the best for women, but women don't want it. And yet we cannot, we cannot wake up. We're not waking up from it. We should not help these women.
Marketing is doing just fine, and if it has to grow a little bit slower to hold on,
Team USA has. We've had ample
the basketball
evidence
perspective
in the past.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I just
and maybe they're not trying to do it this year.
Stephen,
I understand that.
Andrea, USA has won 7 straight gold medals. How much have they grown the game? Look at what this girl has done. I asked you earlier, I want you to tell me the WNBA player that's been more popular than Caitlin Clark. Just give me one that has been able to average 17,000 even though they're on a crappy team. Give me one if they're trying to go to game.
Andrea, do me a favor. Finish that initial thought that you were saying about sacrificing your integrity, because that was an important point for me.
So all these women are delusional. So here's this. I don't know these women. I don't. You know, I barely know the men. So instead of, you know what, helping to giving this woman a reality check, no. This woman steps in and like, oh, continue with your morality talk. This is the thing, right? Men don't know what they're doing by they don't know the consequences of their actions by not just letting women self-destruct themselves. Right? Just let women do it, right? The WNBA thing, that's not, I mean, men don't care about it in general, but also men are trying to help it as well. Men should not care at all, right? Because it's for women, I guess.
Marketing.
It's just not something I'm willing to do, and right now, it doesn't seem like something Team USA is willing to do. It just doesn't. And whether you think that's a smart decision or whether you think that's not a smart decision, I also just want you all to think about this. Everything you all are saying is from speculation of how Caitlyn will play on the floor. If we were just speculating, and you just want her with the team, you just want her walking around with the team on the sideline.
I tell you what, I guarantee you, if I come out with a replica Olympic jersey with Caitlin Clark, she'll outsell the top 5 combined.
I hear you, and that's fine, Shannon. But my point is, what have we talked about with Caitlyn in the W so far? What's been one of the biggest topics of conversation? The physicality. If you think
The biggest topic is her bringing notoriety to the league.
the W is physical,
the growth of the game.
FIBA rules are way more physical than the W. Way more physical than the W. So you want to see Caitlyn with zero chemistry with anyone on the team, zero connection to the coach at all. You want to see her potentially get a few minutes here and there, potentially have a hard time with the physicality, and potentially not be able to connect to her teammates, not to a fault of her own, but because she simply hasn't had time with them. You would rather see that than wait 4 more years for Caitlyn to have experience, for her jersey to sell out, and for her to have an impact role on the team. You would rather want immediate
And to make
results
her
right now.
Olympic
That's really
debut
what you want.
potentially in Los Angeles. Look, as someone who has played for USA basketball and understood the nature in which these cuts are made, what Andrea is speaking to is correct. Familiarity is a big thing. My sister did not make the roster despite being MVP, I believe, in the qualifying tournament right before the Olympics happened. That's how.
Who cares on your sister? No one knew her. And that's the thing. That's the thing that these women aren't understanding. You complain about pay. You complain about pay. Plain and simple. You complain about pay. Here are men talking about, hey, here's the way to fix it. This is how you fix it. But what do they do? Oh, she's not going to be good enough. No one's talking about that. Right? No one's talking about that. No one's talking about whether she's good enough or not. People are talking about that she can lift the popularity. No one's talking about how good she is in the WNBA. No. But what they are talking about is that how she can increase the fan base of the WNBA. No one is talking about if she's the best player in the WNBA. No. What they are talking about is that, hey, be smart. She has a huge following comparative to all the other, lesbian, all the other, female players. Like, a whole lot. Well, push her to be the face of the WNBA. Plain and simple.
It's not that you're wrong. It's that we don't care. Everything y'all said does not matter for this particular instance. We don't want to hear anything about Team USA. We know they won 7 straight goals. Put Andrea and Shanae up on this screen.
I didn't know that. That's the thing. This is the talk about the Olympic team, right? They should include her because it will propel the Olympic team more. But I don't know about you. I mean, although yes, the Olympics is well watched, but I don't think it's well watched like that. I think, in my opinion, ratings have been not the best, or they're decreasing or whatever. I don't even know if the Olympic team is all that watched.
I want to look at them this whole segment.
And to be honest, I didn't even know there was a female. Do you guys? I didn't know there was an Olympic female basketball team.
I'm talking to them. You just highlighted 7 straight gold medals. Oh my God. We're really worried that they're not going to get an 8th. Oh, we really worried. I mean, we got to make sure that spots 1 through 12, every single spot that is picked. I mean, it's got to be, because it's pivotal, Shannon. I don't know if you noticed, Shannon, it's pivotal. I mean, they won 7 straight. They might not get 8. They might not get 8. Stop it. You know good and damn well with or without Caitlin Clark, they gonna probably win the gold again. That's not what this conversation is about. This is about what I will personally label the idiocy of Team USA women's basketball. How dare you make this decision? It's stupid. And I'm going to tell you why it's stupid. I want all the ladies on this squad to know every single one of y'all are deserving of it. Caitlin Clark does not deserve a spot ahead of any of the players on this roster. Okay? If we're talking just basketball, you know we're not. You know we're not. Let's harken back to the Dream Team in 1992. Remember when Christian Laettner was on that squad? Forget the other pro play. Forget the pro players. Forget the pro players. That's a given. First time NBA players were allowed to participate. Don't put that damn screen up when I'm talking right now. I want to see Shanae and Andrea, okay? The point is this. Those rosters, right? Those players were on there. Do you know that Christian Laettner also was chosen ahead of Shaquille O'Neal and Alonzo Mourning? You know why? He was a two-time national champion. He was a Wooden Award winner. And he was white. And he had his own cachet. He brought it to the table. He was a big-time collegiate player who was white and busting people's you-know-what. They couldn't miss. And they didn't need him. You had Jordan. You had Magic. You had everybody. And you still picked that dude. Why? It wasn't because of basketball, even though he had the basketball credentials. It was because of something else. And they didn't need the pub. But the WNBA does. You got a max salary at $250,000. You had attendance, although it was trending in the right direction, certainly wasn't where you wanted it to be. And as Shannon pointed out just the other day, you got a team in the Indiana Fever with their struggling selves, struggling to win a damn game and be relevant. No team in the WNBA was worse other than the winless Washington Mystics, okay? And they went from 4,000 in attendance to 17,000. This girl is box office. I said a rising tide lifts all boats. What you do, especially if you're Team USA and you're trying to be globalized, it is an opportunity to globalize the WNBA brand. So people like Brittany Griner, you know, God bless her soul, and others don't have to go to Russia in the off season to play additional basketball.
Did you know this is the thing? When men are logical and helpful, it's when women are at their worst. Because women dislike being wrong. Women dislike being wrong. Women dislike thinking that men are giving them a helping hand. Women are, I've said this before. In my opinion, women are the true definition of narcissism. Modern day women are truly egotistical. Truly. The majority of women, they are the definition of narcissism. They think that their view matters. They think that whatever they think matters. And that's the problem. Women are the true pig-headedness, right, in society. Women. Because this is the thing. Women will always fight against, if your view is even logical, but it's against her views, they will fight against it. And this is the thing. I will be laughing if the scenario where they will still complain about money and they're not making money. I will be laughing because here's the thing. It's been predicted. Shit like this, when they put down ways to make things better, and yet they can complain about it, absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. So I think that's BS. So it's just I know it's a little bit different than what I usually do, but it's the idea, right? This is not the dating market, but it is still the mindset of women. When even if you're trying to be logical, helpful to women, they see it as a slight against them. They see it that whether you're right or wrong, they see that you are wrong. In their eyes, you are wrong because their view should be the right view. That's the insanity. That's the insanity of it. And this is what men deal with in the dating market. But women are not just as worse in the professional world. So yeah, craziness right there.